Well, good morning. Join me this morning on the banks of my local river Ouse. I'm up along 10 Mile Bank, which is on a stretch controlled by Kingsley and Angling Association, and I'm actually in an area known as a railway bridge. Plain and simply because just there, probably about 25 metres away, 30 metres away, is the railway bridge itself. It's a very deep peg as you go out into the centre track, and there's a very distinctive shelf either side of the river. I've fished this peg before over the last few years, and like I say, the distinctive shelf over the other side where the railway bridge sort of comes out, you can almost draw like a hypothetical line as the river starts to widen, and that's actually where that the bottom of that distinctive shelf is. So I sort of fish sort of round about just past 3 parts the way over, clip it up, and I know I'm in that deep water, which is where I always like to try and target the skimmers. It's a roach. There's a lot of roach this sort of size in the system this year. Absolutely beautiful fish, which is really, really nice to see. That was only a little tiny tap on the rod. That fish got it right down him, so they're definitely hungry. I'll just show you my setup. Simple setup, what I've been using probably very nice since the start of the season. I've got a Cadence 12-foot number 2 feeder, and I've got that fitted with an 1.5 ounce tip. I've got a Cadence CS10 4000 reel. See there, I've got a 6 pound shock leader. I've got 4 pound main line. I've got a nice twizzled loop there, which as you can see actually hangs down below the feeder. That stops any wrap ups or anything like that. Little sort of float stop, 2-inch running link, a 22 gram Nisa feeder, quick change swivel bead. I've got 013 N gauge down to a size 16 matrix super match hook. So I've got that clipped up just past 3 parts, where at this precise moment I'm actually fishing the worm. Say there's a lot of roach in the system at the moment, but I've been doing a lot of feeder fishing of late. I do like to try and get 1 or 2 skimmers if possible, because there is some nice fish along here. So all I'm doing is just adding I've got some dead pinkies, a few casters. I'm not actually putting any chopped worm in, so I'm adding that to the ground bait. Like I say, I've got that clipped up, probably about 1 metre shy of that shelf. In the deepest part of the river. It's almost like an envelope. It's coming down, then levelling off. I've now just actually swapped over to a different sort of setup really. I've got 11 foot rod on now, which is CR10 11 foot number 2 feeder. So it's very similar. I've got a 5 pound main line down to a twizzled loop. I've got a bit shorter hook length on now, because I was missing a lot of bites on the worm. And I thought, yeah, there's got to be a lot of roach bait, so I've got a bit shorter hook length on now. Still got twizzled loop, but what I've actually got where it's running, I've got stop bead up above it, so it's almost acting like a sort of a little mini sort of bolt rig really. I'm actually fishing sweet corn now. Oh, one thing, my hands are cold. So I've still got size 16 hook, got a single grain of corn, got a bit smaller feeder on because there's a few fish out there, so I don't really want to overfeed them. Got it clipped up the same distance, and since I've gone over to the corn, I have had one or two sort of better sized roach. Sort of, I've got one sort of 8 ounces, 9 ounces. So there is one or two better fish out there. Like I say, I was getting a lot of quick bites on the worm where they were just sort of biting the worm in half. So I got the corn out, and straight away, I mean literally I think I've only missed one bite on the corn. Saying that, I'll probably no go and miss another. They are straight into it from right from where I cast out there, so it's quite quick bites. See, sort of better size as well. Look at that baby. Oh, beautiful roach. Come here. Come here. Beautiful roach, look at that. Sort of 3 pounds to it. Bite straight away. That fish must have literally just followed that sweet corn straight down. Look at that beautiful, beautiful roach. Roach fishing on the Ouse. Get one or two more, eh? Beautiful fish. He's on the bottom. Beautiful roach. It's about a lot of the stamp what it's been so far today. So, say, definitely one in the sweet corn today, even after that frost. So it's funny because the last couple of weeks they've sort of shied off the corn a little bit. We've had a couple of cold nights and they're on it with a vengeance today. Water's just starting to move a little tiny bit because this inside is now sort of going back on itself, so it's just starting to move a little tiny bit. Didn't take long, did it? enjoyed catching fish on the corn. The feeder must have barely had a chance to empty that time. Kingfisher. Always nice to see a kingfisher along the bank, it's beautiful. Well, getting to the end of the session now. Like I say, I was only going to be out for a couple of hours this morning. And these short sessions are sometimes the best because you have to make the most of them. It's what I enjoy really. I mean, in the summer coming out for a couple of hours of an evening or early morning. Let's say the time now is, you know, it's just literally near enough dead on 10 o'clock. So I probably started fishing round about 6:45, something like that, 6:30, 6:45. So like I say, it's only a short session this morning, but very, very enjoyable session nonetheless. Still getting the odd bites, but they are few and far between now on the corn. It seems to be that once the sun came up over the top of the railway bridge, it seemed to ease off a little bit. It's either that or maybe a predator's come through the swim. But something's definitely unsettled the fish, that's for sure. So I'm still getting the odd bites, but I'm wait a lot longer now than what I was before. Started on the worm. I was catching some roach on the worm, then I kept missing a lot of bites, and the worm was just bitten into, or the end was just nipped off. So I ended up a tin of sweet corn, and literally I've used half a tin of sweet corn just on hook bait alone. I haven't fed any through the ground bait, just literally hook bait alone. Bite there. Get this one out, this will be the last fish in the net. There we go. What an absolute lovely roach to finish on. Immaculate fish. Great fishing here on the Ouse. Let's get the fish out and see what we got. Well, there we go. There's the old fruits of the labour. Great fishing. Just over 3 hours on the tip. Got some lovely roach. Immaculate fish. Lots of roach in the system at the moment. Whether you want to fish the seed, fish the feeder, fish the waggler, there's plenty of fish to be caught. I'm going to put the net to dry, pack up and head off home and have some breakfast. Oosh.